Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Turi, the video production and creative content coordinator here at Lemoyne College. Joined today by the head men's soccer coach, Callum Donnelly. Callum, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, wanted to get in front of the camera today to talk a little bit about the season so far. Obviously, the biggest news is coming off the first conference victory and the first victory at the Division I level for your side. So, wanted to hear your thoughts on the match and just if you could speak on that a little for us.
Yeah, it's always nice going into the training week with a win. It feels a lot better than obviously what we've had so far. But again, it's been a constant learning curve. I think for myself, my staff, and then all the players, just growing game by game and understanding the level we're at. But it was great to get we've started the conference playoff with 4 points, which is a good start. Obviously, I'd much prefer it to be 6 points, but it's a really nice way to get a win on a tough place at CCSU.
Yeah, it was really an awesome scene there to see the guys celebrating after the match. Looking at our recent form, the last few matches have been good results for us, coming off of the back of 3 ties and then of course the win like we were just talking about. In those games, the team has been pumping in goals, it seems like. It seems like the guys are really creative in the final third. Has there been any sort of change to tactics? Are the guys just kind of acclimating to each other a little bit more?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of that. I think obviously, as I told you off screen, I would prefer us to be keeping a lot more clean sheets and keeping the ball at the back of the net. But I'm happy with our forward play. I think it's just been taking a little bit of time, just the guys getting used to each other. We've had a lot of new and younger players playing a lot of minutes this season. So it just takes time with anything, just getting creative with each other, understanding different players' movements and so forth. But I've been really happy with our attacking product the last probably 3 or 4 games, and I think it come from the Delaware game where we had some good moments in the match. We also had some moments where we had to defend. Delaware were a really good side, but I think we've just taken a bit of confidence from that match, and then it's pushed us forward, and obviously we've been scoring a fair amount of goals, which has been good.
As we enter conference play now, do you think playing that difficult non-conference schedule has helped this group when we get into the conference for this level?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think the biggest learning curve for the team in general has just been that, and we've been harping on just trying to be more consistent through the match, and it because at this level the other teams have so many good players. Every team's had quality players when we've come up against, whereas you might be on top of a game for 20 minutes, but if you're off for the next minute, they could go up and punish you and score. So I think it's been a big learning curve for that, and I think the conference, knowing the conference and scouting a couple of the teams, it's the same difference. A lot of the teams have very good players, it's a good standard, and it's just about us becoming a bit more consistent throughout the match and moments where we can control. Can we get on top in the game? Can we score when we have chances? Can we obviously defend our box when we have to? So those are things that we're learning, but I've been really happy with the growth from the minute one since we took over in pre-season till now.
You mentioned currently we sit tied for first place in the conference, 4 points. I know it's still very early on, but nonetheless, that's what the standings say. Big test coming up this weekend against the defending NEC Champs FDU. As you mentioned, we were talking a little bit off screen about what that matchup looks like, but can you give us some insight into how the scout's been going for this weekend?
Yeah, so obviously, as I said, they come off the conference win. I think they've been one of the strongest competitors in the conference for a whole number of years now. The coach there has done a fantastic job over a number of years. So they're going to be a really tricky test. Obviously, it's their home patch, but as I said, we're focusing on us, what we can do in the match. We've got to obviously nullify their threats, nullify their goal scoring potential, and also they're really a team that defends well as well. So I think that's what we've seen from the scout. They've got attacking threats, but they're also really comfortable in defending, and in the transition we've got to be really aware. But as I said, every conference game is going to be intense. It's going to bring that edge to it, and us coming on off a good result on Sunday, hopefully we can go in with a little bit more confidence and a little bit more swagger to the game to go on and create what we want to go and create in a match.
Yeah, it should be a really exciting one. Looking forward to tuning into that one. Last question for you. We touched on it a little bit before about how the team's really coming together. You've liked the growth that you've seen so far from the guys. moving forward to the latter half and latter stage of the season, what do you want to see from your guys continue as they look to push to earn the first NEC Conference Championship berth?
Yeah, so I think as I say, just constant improvement and constant learning from games that we're playing and trying to become more consistent throughout the match. As I said before, I think that's been the big thing is for us to drill that home and understanding that we've constantly got to get better. If we lose, we're going to lose games, we're going to lose goals, but it's the reaction of the players, and I think we've been showing some good signs of not really getting our heads down when we're conceding goals. We keep battling, we keep trying to play the same brand of style that we're trying to implement. So it's just continuing that, and obviously the main thing is getting the results on board as well, trying to pick up results when we can, and obviously the aim for us this season would be fantastic season for us if we can make the playoffs in our first Division 1 season.
It truly would be, and again, really exciting stuff from the group so far, and look forward to continuing to watch it the rest of the way. So thanks again for the time.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure.